Happy holidays and happy new year, everyone. I've been pretty sick these last couple days, so hopefully I don't sound too terrible. Today, I have a couple important things you should know or do before the Splatfest officially begins on January 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This video is geared towards both the new players that recently joined and the older players that have been around since the game was released, so I hope you find it useful. The first important tip, and probably a universal tip in general, would be to save as much cash as possible. During the Splatfest sneak peek period, which starts on December 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you are given the option to choose your team to receive your Splatfest tea. This tea is amazing for farming ability chunks, as its scrubbing is discounted from 20,000 cash to 2,000 cash. The period where you have the Splatfest tea is crucial, as it's a great way to farm ability chunks, so you want to ensure you have a big stack of cash in order to keep scrubbing and farming these ability chunks. If you have a lot of cash, you can scrub your Splatfest tea every time you receive a single chunk for the maximum amount of ability chunks, instead of having to wait until all of the ability slots are filled out, though this is the most expensive method. This graph shows the cost and points for each chunk before scrubbing. Essentially, the more chunks you scrub off your Splatfest tea, the more money you'll save in the long run, with a full Splatfest tea scrub costing around 667 cash per chunk, though the grind will be longer and slower. Personally, what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on waiting until I receive 2 ability chunks on my Splatfest tea before scrubbing, as it'll be quicker than waiting for a full slot, but cheaper than having a single slot filled. And don't forget that you can also use drink ability tickets to increase gear XP gain by 50%, while also increasing the chance of receiving a specific ability. So get those shell out machine addictions under control and save up that cash so you don't run out of it when you need it. 2 great ways to earn cash would be to play Turf War with cash food ticket modifiers and grinding Salmon Run until you receive both of your super bonuses. My second tip is again focused on the Splatfest tea. By default, the Splatfest tea comes with a unique ability called Ability Doubler. This ability doubles the ability points of all secondary ability slots on the Splatfest tea. However, by doing this, you actually lose out on 1 ability point, so it's more beneficial to change the ability to Ninja Squid or whatever else you may want. And yes, in case you didn't know, you can have Merch change the Splatfest tea's ability slot from Ability Doubler to another ability of your choosing, as long as you have the required chunks. I believe he only charges 6 ability chunks for this change, but you can get these ability chunks back if you change it to another ability that you don't care about or one that you have too many chunks of. Just don't forget to change it before the Splatfest ends. My third tip would be to have your catalog level as close to leveling up as possible for that 1 extra conch shell for when the Splatfest sneak peek starts. Before the Splatfest sneak peek, when you level up your catalog, you aren't receiving any conch shells. During the sneak peek and Splatfest, you receive conch shells each time your catalog level increases. That 1 conch shell could be the deciding factor on whether or not you hit something big on the shell out machine, so I thought it might be worth noting. And don't forget that conch shells go away immediately after a Splatfest ends, so don't forget to use them or they'll be gone forever. My last tip would be to obtain the Tricolor exclusive badges when Tricolor Battle becomes available during the Splatfest. There are 4 different Tricolor badges currently available, 2 being obtained when you win as an attacker and defender respectively, and the other 2 being obtained with winning 10 times as an attacker and defender respectively. In previous Splatfests, you could only either attack or defend depending on the team you chose, but this Splatfest is different. You can now attack or defend and play Tricolor whenever you want, no matter what team you're on, which is pretty insane. I'd imagine they'd keep the Tricolor changes in the future, but it's better to grind out the badges if you've been looking into collecting them. And that's about it regarding the things I thought were important to know before the Splatfest starts. These tips could also generally be applied to any future Splatfest as well too. But let me know what you all think. Is there anything else important that I may have missed? Also comment down below on what team you're planning on choosing. The question posed is, what's your favorite taste sensation? My favorite taste sensation is sweet, So that's what I'll be choosing, since I also just don't really like most sour or spicy sensations. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe, as it's like booyahing back, and it really does help me out. If you have any other videos or topics you'd like for me to cover, comment your suggestion down below, as I do plan on doing more Splatoon videos like this in the future.